Good morning, YouTube. Okay, so today I wanted to take a break from the fishing videos and I have to share with y'all, and I hope it helps just one person out there, at least one. This is the top 10 books that changed my life, and I wished my father or whoever in my life would have told me to just shut my mouth and go read these 10 books before I started my adult career, and things would have been so much better. So right now, I'm going to give you my top 10 books I've read in probably the last 10 years that changed my life. So here we go. All right, so a lot of you know that I try to read at least one book a week, and I do a lot of them on Audible if I can't read them. And I usually do it while I'm at the gym or while I'm driving from place to place. And this really helps me speed up my ability to comprehend a lot of information at one time. I really think it was probably one of the great beneficiaries of me starting my entrepreneur career and being in this office right here, right now with some really good other entrepreneurs. So your education never stops. So the first book on the list is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I'm going to put it right here. So this is my personal copy of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. As you can see, it has been read so many times it is literally duct taped together. Everything in it is highlighted. I've probably read this book at least 5 or 6 times, and I will probably read it over and over for the rest of my life. It stays in my kit bag at all times, my leather briefcase or my vlog bag. I always have this book on me. Between this and the Bible, this one has probably sold almost as many copies, but it is an amazing book by Napoleon Hill. I think it was revised in like 1968 or something like that, but it's awesome. You should definitely check it out. So the next book on the list is really not a book, it's a set of sermons by Napoleon Hill. It's called Napoleon Hills in His Own Voice, and it is an amazing, amazing book. It is actually a synopsis or a summary of this book, but it is in his voice, and he speaks just like he's from the 30s, and it's an awesome story. So check that one out next. Number 3 is a book by Napoleon Hill. As you can tell, there is a theme going on here. And that book is called Think Your Way to Wealth. Awesome book. I read it a long time back. It basically builds out the whole Napoleon Hill thesis on how to live your life and make money and how to think about money. Great book. All right, so the next awesome book on the list, and if you haven't heard of this guy, his name's Grant Cardone. He is an epic salesman. He has more energy than anybody on the planet. The number 4 book is called Be Obsessed or Be Average. It is an awesome book. Grant Cardone will get you pumped up from the very first paragraph to the end. The audiobook's even better. The next 2 books are also by Grant Cardone, and that one is Sell or Be Sold, which is another really good kind of summation of his whole selling thesis. To the number 6 spot, The 10 Times Rule, which is another awesome book. Just basically talking about you've got to be obsessed and you've got to take 10 times more action than everybody around you. He basically doesn't read the book to you. He actually kind of like preaches the book to you. Very good book. All right, so the next book, bring it in. Have you ever been in a situation where you got to pitch something, whether it's a girl or it's a business proposition or whatever? So I got this one. It's called Pitch Anything by Orrin Clef. Great book. I'm actually reading it right now again for the 2nd time. He basically talks about how the brain conceives pitches and why we do certain weird things about, not listening or turning off, or how long a pitch should be. Like, it shouldn't be longer than 20 minutes. You can pitch anything in 20 minutes, and if it's longer than that, they're not listening anyways. So that book's got to be at the top of the reading list. It's only like a 4-hour read on Audible or a 4-hour listen. I'm saving you some time, and you're going to learn something. All right, so the next book is called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. So you've got to read that one. It'll actually allow you to be a lot more relaxed in stressful situations and realize that things are not really that big of a deal, and to look at things a little differently than your parents told you to be all serious about everything. So you've got to check that one out. It's a quick read, quick listen to on on Audible, and it'll definitely allow you to sit in those high pressure meetings and not freak out. This one is by Bob Proctor, and if you've never heard of him, you've got to get into Bob Proctor. He's an older guy. I think he is an Andrew Carnegie or or Earl Nightingale type dude, and he is a prodigy of them. And he has a book called "It's Not About the Money." Great book. I probably listened to it about 4 times, and it basically breaks down how to look at money and how to break down $1 million into, months, days, hours, weeks, and think of it totally different, and how it's not such a big deal to make $1 million if you know how to think about it properly. So that one's got to be on your list. And it brings it right into number 10, which is Gary Vaynerchuk's Crush It, which is an awesome book, New York Times bestseller. And he basically kind of nails what Grant Cardone was trying to say with a 10 times rule, giving as much effort as you possibly can, not giving up and thinking about things in a social media world. And so these books must be on your reading list. If they're not on your Goldman Sachs reading list, or not on your Harvard reading list, or not on your Stanford reading list, you need to put them on there, because if you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to be a businessman, or anything in that realm, or just make yourself a better, more rounded person, you need to check out those 10 books. They will change your life, I promise you, and I hope this video helps just one person out there. Even if it only gets 100 views, I had to put it out there because this took me ages to put together. Asking everybody around, trying to figure out what to read and what not to read. So please check these books out. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below with your best books on these topics so everybody will know what they need to put on their list. And I'll see you guys later.